My life has changed so much since leaving the UK, but I think what really did surprise me was just how at ease I felt here and just how safe I felt here. It's changed my life in a lot of ways. Like, I now have time to focus on my business, the things that I'm passionate about, just having the ease of not needing to be financially burdened. That's a huge weight off my shoulders. My Thailand apartment here is half the cost of my mortgage in the UK. Has given me more freedom and softness of life, peace of mind to explore the kind of passions and the kinds of things that I want to do in life, which is something I've always wanted.
Thailand has changed so many lives. And today I'm here with
Iman.
And she came from the UK to rebuild her life out here in Asia. Today she's going to show us what that transition looked like, what her life is like here, and how much it all costs.
Let's go.
Today, Iman's taking us inside her condo, showing us how she makes money, getting real about the challenges she faced and how she got over them. Plus, I'll show you how you can cut accommodation costs when you make your own move here. But first, let's get to know Iman.
My name's Iman, I'm Egyptian, and I've lived in the UK for most of my life.
So what was it like growing up in the UK?
I was born in Cairo, Egypt. I lived there for about 3 years until my family moved to the UK. We kind of just never left because my parents saw an opportunity for us as children to better our lives and better our futures. It wasn't until my parents got divorced that I started to feel a little bit more financial pressure, because at that point my mum was a single parent and I knew that I would have to step up. I would never sort of ask for things because I knew that my parents didn't have the extra to buy that. They had enough to cover our basic survival needs. So I actually started working from a really young age at 16. And I remember times when my mum didn't have enough to pay the mortgage because she had just paid for my law school fees. So I was educated in the UK, I qualified as a lawyer in the UK, and I built up my life and my career from there. I chose to be a lawyer because I really care about justice, and it was something that I was really good at, and I just kind of fell into it. In my position as a lawyer for the government would earn between £45,000 to about £70,000. But at some point I realized it didn't fulfill me in the same way. Earning what I did, it's definitely enough to pay bills, pay the mortgage, maybe go on a couple of holidays every year and meet your basic needs. It doesn't afford for doing all of the things that you might really want in life.
All right, so what was that moment you said, this is not for me?
My job was high profile, high stress. It wasn't my purpose, and it meant that I was constantly on, and that isn't the way I wanted to live my life. So I decided to start a business focused on women's circles initially and expanding into energy healing. And I'm enjoying this so much more than I did the lawyer work. Living in London didn't give me the opportunity to be able to explore my business in the same way that I'm doing now, because I just wouldn't be able to afford my basic needs while starting up a business. I wanted more ease, more time freedom, more travel freedom. To me, it was the story that I came from. My mum made the transition and left all of her family behind. She didn't even speak a word of English. And I've now left all of my family behind in the UK and Cairo to move to a completely new setting. Her story inspired me to know that I can do anything that I want.
How did you hear about Thailand?
I first heard about Thailand as a destination from my friends, said that it was amazing, and the way they just described the beach, the atmosphere, the weather. Honestly, I got a bit jealous because I had never been to Thailand. I'd never even been that far across the world, and I was desperate to try it out. I wanted to see what all the hype was about. First came to Pattaya last year, and I spent about 3 months here, and then I went back to the UK and I came back here. And I've been here this time around for about 6 months. Moving abroad to Asia, somewhere where there's constant sunshine, beautiful beaches, great food, fresh food, kind people, and safety were really important for me. It was a mixture of exciting and nerve-wracking to finally be in Thailand, because it felt like I was beginning a new chapter, but I was not sure what that chapter was going to look like or how it was going to unfold. I hadn't finalized all of the details yet. I just knew that I didn't want to be in the UK anymore. So some of the best things are that I don't have to wake up at a specific time and go to work at a specific time and sit at a desk for 8 to 9 hours a day. I can just get up when I want, have slow mornings, meet friends, spend my days how I want to rather than spending them how someone else is telling me to. From the bed, I can see the beach, I can see the beautiful sand, and I can see the sun. And it just makes me feel so good, so calm, so peaceful, and it's literally the best thing here. And I'll show you all of it later.
Now, let's see how much day-to-day life here actually costs.
Lotus is one of 2 stores that I come to do my grocery shopping. We're on our way to get some shampoo now.
So which one are you gonna get?
So I'm gonna get this herbal essence one. It's a brand I know and trust from back home in the UK. This is 139 baht, which is around £3.30 in British pounds.
So do you feel like you've been saving money here or just spending the exact same?
I think when it comes to grocery shopping, I'm definitely saving money because the staples of what I would buy for everyday cooking in my apartment is generally much cheaper, especially when it comes to things like fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. All of these things make my grocery shopping a lot cheaper. And the one-offs that I would purchase that are probably the same price or a comparable price to the UK, those things I don't buy as often. So on the whole, generally, I'm actually saving, which makes my life feel so much easier and puts less pressure on me in terms of how much I'm having to make and what I can enjoy while being here.
Then we did more window shopping.
490.
Moving abroad looks simple, but the reality hits different.
Now we're going to the mall.
Were there any fears that you had before coming? How did you get over it?
There were a couple of big fears that I had before coming, for sure. One of them was how I would deal with the loneliness and whether that would be an issue for me, how I would deal being away from my family and not really having a network here. But actually, I didn't find that that was too difficult. It's really easy to just interact with people on a day-to-day basis, and that makes me feel like I know people. Even if I don't, I see the same market vendors, I see the same people as I'm doing my day-to-day activities, and so that makes me feel like I have new friends here. And the second biggest fear was around money and whether I would be able to sustain myself and how long that would last while I was in Thailand. And that's still a little bit of a fear for me, but it's getting better every day because the cost of living here is so much cheaper, so it means my money goes further.
And what's it been like building your business here?
It's been exciting because there's a lot of new opportunities and possibilities. I have more time to explore things that are aligned for me, and I have more time to really focus on the things that I want to offer. It's definitely made me more focused and intentional.
Why?
Because I have to be, and if I want my business to grow in the way that it will, then I want to only do things that I want to do. So I'm in the DJI store buying new equipment to upgrade my content.
Wait till you see what meals actually cost here.
So we're trying to get some lunch, and as you can see, the prices are very clearly written. So we've got, roasted duck with rice at 88 baht, a fried fish dish here with rice at 95 baht, which is probably around £2. And there's so many options. I can have whatever I want, all at cheap prices. I find that the prices of food here really vary. So sometimes you can get a pad thai with chicken for 60 baht, which is the equivalent of like £1.50. And sometimes you can get it for like 120 baht, which is like double the price. But it's still really cheap. Sawadee Ow. Ha. 1.5. Nung. อันนี้แพะไหมคะ Okay. นิดหน่อย ใช่ค่ะ So I just got this crispy chicken salad with rice and it's costing me 65 baht, and you'll see exactly how much. It's $2.09 US. And so for my $2 USD, this is what I get. And this is why it feels good being here, because eating out transforms from something that you do as a luxury to something that can become your everyday.
There were still a few things that she had to adjust to.
One thing that's taking time to get used to is the food here in terms of spice. You often have to remember to tell them no spicy or a little bit spicy, but even their little bit spicy is like too spicy for me.
What has the language barrier been like for you, and how do you overcome it?
It's an interesting challenge with the language barrier, because in the sort of bigger general public spaces like the mall that we're in now, they have English and Thai text, so it becomes really easy to navigate like what you want to eat, how much it is, etc. But when you go to more local places like the markets or like the street vendors, their English isn't as great. And so I've learned some Thai words like how much, the different numbers, so I know prices. And it's enough that they can understand me and what I want to buy, and that I can understand them. And then when all of that fails, I have Google Translate.
How does it feel to overcome it? Do you still feel comfortable?
So it can present a challenge sometimes, and honestly, I'm not that confident with my Thai, but you'll find that a lot of the locals actually want to practice their English, so it becomes this like awkward but beautiful exchange, so you feel connected to the local people. It can be a little bit difficult sometimes if what I want to describe is too hard for them to understand, but generally it's okay and you can get by. One of the biggest obstacles in setting up life in Thailand or anywhere where you particularly move is you don't really know where to buy things at first. Sawadee, just looking, thank you. No one tells you that information, so you don't really know what the grocery shop is like, you don't really know where to buy fresh fruits or vegetables or what the markets are like. And so that kind of stuff you find out from good YouTube research or just by asking people, really.
Before we see Iman's condo, there's one thing worth mentioning. Accommodation is usually the biggest cost when living abroad. When she first came to Thailand, Iman reduced that by using trusted house sitters. It lets you stay in places for free in exchange for looking after someone's home or pets. You just sign up for a membership, which costs less than a single night in an Airbnb, and it personally saved her hundreds of dollars. I'll leave a link on this video if you want to check it out.
The best thing about this place for me is my apartment and the view that I have of the beach. I'm taking you to the lobby lounge area so we can have a look at the amenities together.
Okay, so this is how we're living. This place it's not bad, is it? So tell us what we got here.
So as soon as we come out of the lift, we see this gorgeous view of the pool and the beach. The sun sets here on this side too, so it honestly looks amazing around that time. And then you get this gorgeous garden to have a look at, sit in, rest, which is sometimes where I just like to relax and watch the sunset. And then the palm trees and the ocean. Like, this is honestly my favorite place in the whole building because you can't beat this view, and they can't beat the way it makes you feel. It's just so peaceful, so relaxing, calms my spirit, and it just makes me really appreciate being in Thailand. I don't go into the pool often because it's quite cold, the water, and I don't like being cold. But I have done a few laps in this pool. There is a bigger pool downstairs though, which I'll take you to see later. We'll just have a look at the rooftop garden though. There's this lovely seating area, which is where I used to work sometimes, but it used to get really hot, so I had to stop doing that because I couldn't see my laptop screen. She's taking me down the path to the sky garden, and we see there's a really nice view of the ocean. Just even the walk here is so tranquil. Hardly anyone ever comes to the rooftop garden, so most times I can get it by myself, and there's plenty of seating. Sometimes I've seen kids play football in the area. But it's nice to just have a walk around, sit down, chill. I've had catch-ups with friends here. Does being here make you want to go out less, or you still go out a lot? I don't go out that much because I have this beautiful area. So I feel good being in. I don't just have to stay in my apartment. I have these beautiful amenities to kind of lounge in and make the most of. And so I have maybe like an equal split between going out and staying in, but honestly, I just love this view, and I love that I don't have to pay for it any more than like going out to a cafe or something like that. And so that's the downstairs pool. We can go down there. Where are you gonna take us now? We also have a standard condo gym and an entertainment or games room, which has a pool table and a foosball table and some chairs, and then we can head up to the gym. Areas and really nice like lounge areas. Sometimes I come up here or come down here and do work because they've got the tables and the nice comfy chairs. This is the fitness room. Do you work out every day? I don't work out every day, but I try to keep consistent with my workouts, so maybe about 4 or 5 times a day. And then here we just have a standard gym setup. It's got everything that I need for a workout, so I can do abs, I can do legs, glutes, arms, I don't really focus on much else, but beautiful space.
Does being here help you work out more often, you know?
Being here definitely helps me work out more often because it's so convenient to just get up, get dressed, go downstairs, and then make your way to the gym that's literally in the same building as you. I don't have to go anywhere extra or do anything extra. So it definitely helps keep me consistent. And the best thing about the gym is this gorgeous view that you get.
Do you use the treadmills a lot or no? I don't really like treadmills myself. Do you?
I use a treadmill to like maybe warm up because it's an excuse to also look at the view. And the gym is really nicely air conditioned, which you don't always get. When I was in Koh Samui, I used to have to go to a gym and it wasn't air conditioned and I would sweat loads. And then the last place I'll take you to see quickly are the steam rooms. I've never personally used them, but I do know people who have. And I just think it's a really cool feature to have. We can go to the sunrise garden now quickly, and then we can go to the downstairs pool. But one thing I really like is that they clean the condo frequently. So this condo is extremely clean and well maintained. So this space is what it says. You come here to view the sunrise because the sun rises on this side and then sets on the other side where we just were. And it's just a really nice space where you can just enjoy the greenery.
We are on the way to the ground pool, right?
Yes, we are. This pool you get to walk to as if you're walking out of the building, which is probably why I don't go to it very often because I have to walk quite far to go. I like convenience and I like ease. So I use the upper pool a bit more.
So do you think you could get apartments like this or buildings like this where you're from, either in Egypt or the UK?
You definitely can't get ones, I think, this nice, especially with beachfront views. Like that is the best part about this place, actually, the beachfront views.
All right, so where are you taking us?
Now we're heading to my apartment. Before we do that, I'm going to quickly show you the parking.
What was you spending, would you say, when you was in the UK on rent or mortgage, or what did you have?
So I had a 2-bed masonette. And mortgage is around $1,300, $1,350. And you don't realize how much you're paying until you come out to somewhere like Southeast Asia and Thailand. And then you begin to see how much you can get for your money and how much you were probably overpaying in the country that you were in. It definitely feels a lot more easeful to be here. So now let's go up to my apartment. So we're now on my floor.
What's one thing you like about the building?
The security here makes me feel really safe. We take our shoes off when we come into my apartment, so I've got slippers ready for you.
Wow, so hospitable.
Yeah.
We are in your very pretty kitchen, I would say.
Yeah, this is my kitchen space. It's enough for one person. Everything's like kind of easy within arm's reach for me, which is great. This is like where the cooking happens. So that you've had the stove, kettle, the rice cooker, that pretty much comes standard.
Do you cook rice a lot being in Asia?
Yeah, I mean, as an Egyptian, we eat rice regularly anyway, so it's nice, but we never eat rice with rice cookers, so that's new for me.
What about water bills too? How much is...
I don't know how much I pay separately for water, but water and electricity together come up to around £15 every month, which is a massive drop from what I was paying in the UK.
What was you paying in the UK?
It could have been anything between 200 to 300 in the month.
200 to 300?
Yeah.
Compared to what? Say it.
£15 here for both. So it's a very big difference, which is why I'm so grateful that I'm here, because financially it feels so much more easeful and less stressful. And the less stressed I am financially, the happier I am generally.
This is where you eat then?
Yeah, so this is the sort of workspace stroke dining space. So a lot of my work happens here, or I eat here, or I entertain here if I've got a friend over.
You mentioned work. What type of work do you do out here to sustain yourself? Because so many people ask, like, oh, I would love to move abroad, but what do you actually do to pay your bills?
Yeah, it's a very good question. And I'm not sure that I had a full idea or picture when I came out here, if I'm completely honest, but things have developed along the way as I've had this spaciousness being out here to understand which direction I want to go in. So I do freelancing, I do trading, and I do private client work.
What do you do the most, would you say? Or is it all equal?
It's kind of a mixture of private client work and trading. Those are the things that I enjoy quite a lot. And some of the projects that I do freelancing are recording meditation tracks, and I love that. So it's all things that I love doing, which is great because now I have the freedom to do that because I can afford to live on not my old salary, basically.
Mm-hmm. So wait, the notes that you have behind you, is that for your work?
Yeah, so this is for my content creation work. I like pretty colors and I like things to look good. The more things look good, the more sort of my brain kind of flows. So I've written some ideas for YouTube shorts and Instagram posts, and on the other side I've got like my daily planner.
What's your YouTube name?
It's with Iman.m. And this is the living space. So you got a lovely like HD quality TV, and I've set this up very nicely. It's very nicely decorated, and I've got all my little bits that are like home comforts, that are things that I used to do back home that I've just brought here to kind of give me that feeling of home comfort. So I'm still carrying on the same rituals and practices that I did back home just to make me feel more easeful being in a new space, because that can be scary when you're on your own.
Like what allows you to feel settled in, but you don't get homesick?
Things like having regular calls with my family, things like lighting incense every morning. These things might seem really small, but to me, they're just a way of continuing the routine that I had back home. And this is my sofa. And from the sofa, if you kind of circle around, you get to see the view that I get every day. And this is the best part about being in this apartment. So I didn't like the chairs that were here, so I created my own seating area so that I could sit down and just watch the sunset or have my morning breakfast, coffee, whatever it is. And I get to just look at the view. And this is quite a decent sized balcony.
That's nice. That's nice.
Just watching the world go by. And it just feels peaceful. Couldn't do this in the heart of London. It'll be like police sirens and noise and tall buildings everywhere.
But I suppose some people would go, if you go to Bangkok, it might be the same thing.
Yeah, that's why I chose to live here. By the beach.
Yeah, you prefer a beach town. Okay, why don't you show us your bedroom?
Yes. So through the sliding doors, which is a really nice feature because it divides the space and makes it feel bigger than it actually is my beautiful bed. It's very comfortable and honestly, like it fits me with ease. And again, from the bed, you can see the beautiful view. So I wake up every morning to that view and I'm like, life is good again. So, and then across here, we have the sort of dressing area. So I've got my clothes and then like my makeup. And
do you buy makeup and stuff out here?
I haven't yet. There are a lot of things that I feel restricted by here. Then they don't cater to curly-haired people as well. So I have bought everything with me from the UK, and if I need anything, I'll probably have to ship it over because the products that I use aren't readily available here. And then you have the shower area. It's a decent size. It's quite powerful, so it works well for me. The water quality isn't as great in Asia as it is in the UK. So that's one thing, which is why I've bought a filter, and I think that's really important.
That's a good point. Let's see the filter.
I'm not a fan of the green, but it's not my apartment.
The famous bum gun or bidet or whatever you call it. You don't get that in the UK, do you?
You don't. In my house, we did have one because we're Arab and this is very normal for us. But I love the fact that you get them so regularly here in Asia. Even in public toilets, you get them sometimes. So this is great. And then the sink and mirror area with a lot more products, as you can see.
Take your skincare seriously.
Yeah, and hair care and lip care.
So all of that is from the UK you brought over. You didn't buy stuff here.
Yeah, everything's been brought over from the UK. When it runs out, I'll have to figure out what to do. Maybe I can go see a consultant in Thailand. But everything's from the UK.
What is the Wi-Fi and what is the rent then? That's what the people want to know.
The Wi-Fi comes with the apartment, so it's actually free. I don't pay anything for it. And it's a decent speed because I can do all of my internet work and it's not a problem for me, and I have quite a few devices. The rent is... The rent is about £540, which is about $700. So I pay 23,000 baht a month.
Do you feel like it's worth it?
Definitely worth it. You know, for £540, I don't even think you could get a room in London, let alone anywhere that is this size with that view. So I feel truly blessed to be here and to be in a position where I can be here. But it took a lot of courage and strength. I had to give up everything I knew, everything that was familiar to me. And that was really scary, especially because I didn't have a completely solid plan. But being here, I wouldn't change that. I'm definitely glad that I made the move from the UK.
Who do you think it's not for?
People who don't like sunshine. I think if you don't like sunny weather, my mum's not a sunny person. She prefers the cold. So I think for her, she'd probably enjoy it on a holiday, but not to live. So I think if you don't like the cold, if you don't like the warm and the sun, it's probably not for you. If you wanted to come to Thailand to live, you have to get out of holiday mode. And I think that was like a big transition for me when I first came. I had to stop thinking of it as, oh, I'm just here on holiday, and start sort of spending money as if I was here to actually live, and start setting myself up properly to actually live. You know, Thailand is famous for its parties and its bars and all of these things, but I think you have to really stay focused here, which might be hard for some people.
But beyond the finances and the beachfront apartment, what does Thailand actually give people that they can't get back home, and why do people love staying here? I wanted to understand what living here means to her beyond just the cheaper costs and nice weather. So what's one thing you love about being here?
One thing I really enjoy about being in Thailand, which reminds me of back home in Egypt, is that they're very community oriented. So they're very welcoming, friendly, and it's a very hospitable culture and people. And that's really nice because it already makes you feel integrated into the country. If I don't yet know the language and I'm not yet fully conversed with their culture, it just helps to make me feel like a part of an extended family.
Even something as simple as catching a bus often becomes an adventure here.
Before I learned how to ride a bike here in Thailand, I would get the local public transport.
That sense of community she mentioned, it shows up everywhere, even on a random ride into town.
Meet my new Russian friends.
So we just got off the bus. How was the trip?
It was really interesting. We got on a bus, spoke to lots of different people from all around the world, and it was just a really nice, friendly conversation, even though none of us really spoke the same language.
What are we doing now?
We are going to a night street food market to get some food. Sawadika. Sabai di mai.
And the locals, they're just as welcoming, even when you're still learning the language.
Kung. Kung. How do I say this? Pat si il kung. Nung. I got myself some fried noodles with shrimp in soy sauce. I really wanted some shrimp today, so this is what we're trying. This cost 120 baht, so it's about £3 something. It's good. Pika, maprao, nung.
Well, she understood you.
She understood me for sure, But the problem is that sometimes they understand me and then they speak back to me and it's really fast and I have no idea what they're saying, so I just like chai ka, which is basically like, yes. ขอบคุณค่ะเท่าไหร่คะ
20 บาท
Yen.
Yeah, okay. Chai ka. So I just ordered this coconut from a fruit stand which does smoothies and juices. I ordered it in Thai. All I can say is coconut for now and one. So that was good. Kapon maka.
When you're in a new country, safety is always on your mind, but Thailand surprised her in unexpected ways.
I generally feel safe in Thailand. Let me give you an example. There are bikes that have been parked on the street and some ladies left her handbag. Some other lady or man has left their tote bag and shoes, and someone else has left their bag too, and no one will touch these. Sometimes the driving is a little bit crazy, so I don't always feel safe riding because they're a little bit crazy when they're driving. But other than that, in terms of my personal safety and a fear of something happening to me, I feel very safe.
So what's next?
On this journey, what is your goal moving forward?
My goal is to keep exploring more of Southeast Asia, to keep moving forward with my business, building that and building myself as an individual through that process. It's definitely made me a more adaptable and more confident person. It's given me just the experience to live life on my terms. A sense of like, yes, girl, you did that and you did it for yourself and you did what you wanted to do and you lived life on your terms. And that there is a freedom in that and a pleasure derived from that that I can't quite put into words.